Hello everybody, I'm SB, and welcome to How Do I Civilization V. In this video, I'll be talking about tile improvement and special resources. Last time, I talked about how citizens gather resources from the terrain. One obvious way of increasing our city's available resources is to create more citizens so more tiles can be worked. The other way of increasing our city's available resources is to improve the tiles that we're already working so that we can harvest more from them. We do this with the worker unit. The worker can build an improvement on top of a tile to increase the tile's yield. Different types of tiles allow for different improvements, and usually an improvement increases the tile's yield by 1 at the beginning of the game. As you progress through the tech tree, improvement yields will increase further. One note about this: farms adjacent to a source of fresh water, like a lake, a river, or an oasis, gain an additional food from the relatively early civil service tech. But farms without access to fresh water don't gain this extra food until fertilizer, which you won't have until pretty late in the game. You should prioritize building farms on freshwater tiles, and remember that you can even build a farm on a hill if it has access to fresh water. Workers can also clear forests, jungles, and marshes from tiles to allow improvements to be built on them. Cutting down a forest also provides another benefit: a burst of production to the nearest city. You can use well-timed forest clearing to rush the construction of important projects, or even to steal a wonder from another player who might otherwise finish it first. Finally, workers can build roads which allow your units to move faster. Connecting a city to your capital with a road will form a city connection, which is a source of significant gold income. Just remember that each road tile costs you 1 gold in upkeep every turn, so only build them in places where they'll be really useful. Some tiles have additional special resources on them that improve the tile's yield and also provide some other benefit. Make sure you have resource icons turned on so you can identify these easily. There are 3 types of special resource, each with a different type of benefit. Bonus resources are resources that gain additional yield from a building. For example, fish add a food to their tile and gain an additional food from a lighthouse. Bonus resources can produce some very high-value tiles. Strategic resources are required for the construction of some military units and buildings. When you find a strategic resource, a quantity will be listed alongside it. Improving the resource will add that quantity to your civilization's stockpile, allowing you to build the unit that requires it. For example, building a mine on 4 iron will allow you to build up to 4 swordsmen. Luxury resources are the most valuable type of special resource. Luxuries add more to their tile's yield than other special resources do, and each type of luxury that you improve will increase your civ's happiness by 4. I'll be talking more about what that means in the next video. In addition, you can trade luxury resources to other players for a considerable amount of gold, and obtaining them can satisfy the demands from your cities that I talked about in the last video. Meeting city demands and keeping your people happy are very important to continuing the growth of your empire, and as I'm sure you're realizing, growth is king. Improving the tiles that your citizens are working will add nearly as much value to a city as gaining additional citizens, so it's important to get a worker or 2 going early. It's also important to keep enemy military units away, as they can pillage improvements to prevent you from benefiting from them, or even kidnap your workers. In the next video, I'll explain a bit more about luxury resources and why happiness is so important. Until then, may your empire stand the test of time.